They say the price of love is a black hole, where your friends were, where your social life sits, pulled into a chasm of family.
We played Freak Show 4 years ago, and it was a really nice festival, and appropriately named. It was a bit of a freak show, you know. Wasn't like the Reading or Leeds festival. I was full of freakish people, which is why it was fun and interesting. This year, as a band, we struggle sometimes to make tours, to make them work financially, but in that case, it was definitely our mistake, in the sense that our guitar player was getting married over that weekend, so it would have been incredibly difficult to play the show. I dare say a logistical nightmare. Yeah. But Freak Show is fantastic, and when a festival is done in such a way as to program bands for the main reason, for the only reason that they love the bands, as opposed to just bands who are going to bring people with crazy haircuts to the show, I think it's to be applauded, and it's to be talked about as much as possible, you know. Yeah. And also, I don't want to be too kind to them, because sometimes you got to take the piss, you know. It's important. I don't want to give them too compliments, because then they'll be smug about it. So it's important to not tell them that we like them so much. Sometimes songs are written as quickly as they're heard, you know. Sometimes the words are natural and they're obvious, and they just spill out in the moment in the rehearsal room, and it's like they haven't even been thought about. It's just they exist, they're summoned from a place, and that's it. But sometimes words are hard. I mean, I write as well, and sometimes that's easy and sometimes it's hard. I mean, there's no secret to anything. There's a famous quote from a golfer, I think it was Gary Player: the more I practice, the luckier I get. And it's very true. If you want to write 10 good songs, write 1,000 songs. If you want to write a great novel of 100,000 words, write 100,000 words. And then you know that this is the secret, as in there's no secret. If you practice and you practice and you practice and you practice, then you get good. And it's like I play football, I practice and I practice, and occasionally the ball comes over to me and I hit a volley into the top corner, but only because I practice hitting a volley into the top corner. Words are the same, you know. Well, I'm trying to write a novel at the minute. I always, as a writer, I get to 10,000 words, and I like it, and I like where I'm going, and I show it to friends, and they say, this is good, you should do something, and I always run out of ideas at the same time. I've now got, with the story, to 20,000 words, so I'm determined, if I don't get to 80,000 words, then I will shoot myself in the head, and that in itself will bring publicity to my enterprise. I have a lot of respect for anybody who can write a novel, unless they're called Dan Brown, you know. But it's a tough old job. Right, in comparison to writing a song is easy. 3 minutes, some chords, one change, sing some stuff about it. It was. I mean, I wouldn't say an honor, because, you know, we work very hard at what we do, so any rewards we get are hard earned. But we felt it was a vindication of what we did, and it was very sweet. I think it can be a danger to see life in terms of its financial rewards, but in terms of being a band, the finance is necessary to make us operational. Without a certain amount of money, there's a lack of stuff. You know, we can still rehearse and play, but we can't necessarily afford to make a record, because our credit card debt is as high as credit card debt can get. It was the day we went live with the Pledge campaign. Me and Julia put a lot of effort into. I don't know if you saw the video we did for it. the actual presentation video we did. We put so much effort into writing that and making it funny, and to make sure we put it across in the right way, because in as much as we needed money to make an album, we didn't want to feel as if we were pleading with people. It was a very sweet day to see that happen in 5 hours. I was sat in my office job watching, nearly getting sacked because I kept just watching on my computer the amount going up and up, and I'm like, oh my god, this is we're going to make a record, you know. And I don't know, maybe it got me addicted to money. Maybe I'm sniffing money all the time now, but no, I think I'll be okay. No, not so much. It's just natural self-respect and just trying, you know, you want to be interested in your own music. Recently we've played some McCluskey shows for charity in Britain, and that was great fun. The songs are so easy and just great fun, but playing that music forever would have been an awful experience, you know. I think there's a lot to be said for really basic music, which is fun and just basic, and Future of the Left is hardly complicated music, but it does have elements of pretension amidst the pop, because it's all about the tunes. It's about how they're delivered, you know. But no, there's never a game plan apart from just making us happy, you know. And if the next record happens to be quite basic, then that's because that's what's making us happy at the time. I would doubt that would be the case, but you know, who can say? I'm just not in a the last Future of the Left album was finished last June 2013, and I didn't write a song for about 6 months. I just had a lot of baths and went for runs and petted cats and made pasta, and then I started writing songs in March, and pretty much everything I've written since March. If I write something by myself, it's Christian Fitness. If I write something which in a rehearsal room where I've got the help of my friends, then it's Future of the Left. That's pretty much it. If there's something about it which is quite bass-led and really loud, then it would probably be Future of the Left. If it's something which is a little bit weirder, then I would quite tend to push it towards Christian Fitness. But I don't tend to write a song and go, who will that go to? I'm writing the second Christian Fitness album now, and it's just fun and easy. And then when I go into a rehearsal room with these guys in February, we'll write the Future of the Left album. A little bit of both, you know. Yeah. There's in the early days of Future of the Left, Kelson, who was the bass player, he'd played in a band called Jar Crew, who were peers of ours. They'd played with us, and he didn't really feel comfortable playing those songs, so that's why we didn't play them. But they're just fun, easy songs. Future of the Left songs require concentration and precision. McCluskey songs require having a hand and a face and looking at the crowd and just playing them. So they have relative strengths. And it's just fun, and if you can bring happiness to a group of people by shouting for 2 minutes, hey, you know, why not just go ahead and do it? I say, you know. I would say, and I can only speak really for myself in terms of what I would vote for. I'm someone who inclines to the left, but I'm someone who is maybe fiscally more to the left, as in I believe that wealth should be redistributed amongst people. I believe that there is a limit to how rich people should be when there are people who are starving in this world. But I'm a little bit, you know, if you look at the political spectrum, I'm probably a little bit to the right in terms of crime and punishment and things. But this is one of the problems, I think, with the left as with the right, is people have to be dogmatically one thing or the other, as opposed to having the choice to pick from a spectrum of views which suit them personally. For example, I think certainly in terms of the left, in terms of feminism, there's a lot of sexism in this world, and there's a lot of redress which needs to be, needs to be made. The world is still dominated by men, but I think certainly in terms of, I can only speak in terms of Britain rather than in France, in terms of feminist rhetoric, people have to pick their battles a little bit better and not alienate people who want to help them. In terms of things like immigration, UKIP in Britain is winning a debate, and they're a racist party because they're speaking to people about immigration. The left has to be honest with people and have that debate with people and tell people why immigration is good. Not just to say immigration is bad, they have to show the benefits of immigration. If you don't do that, if you don't tell the truth to people, people in rough estates, rich people, they vote for somebody else. If people engage with issues, it's a strange thing, especially as you get older. I don't know how old you guys are, but I'm nearly 40. And what is a really strange, what is a phenomenon as you get older? A lot of people when they're teenagers, they're to the left, they're communist, they're socialist. I consider myself a socialist still, but when somebody makes a lot of money, if they are still a socialist, then that is a person you want to pin your flag to. Say that is a person, because and similarly somebody who is poor, who wants to vote for the right wing, that is somebody you should take seriously, because they are somebody who is voting against their interests. As far as I'm concerned, it should be about an honest debate. People should be allowed to talk about immigration. Say in Britain, I believe immigration is a healthy thing for my country, but the perception is that it isn't. So have the debate about it and work out why that's the case. You know, actually have the debate rather than hiding behind being scared. I don't have anything else to add, no. Although, even though Newcastle United are doing very well at the minute, I still hope that Alan Pardew, our manager, is sacked as soon as possible.
You're from Newcastle, okay?
I'm from Newcastle, yeah. It's a terrible, terrible disease being from Newcastle. And I hope he's sacked and thrown into a pit.
All right.
Not a real pit. I hate sport. Sport is all about disappointment. I hate it. I've supported a football team for 39 years, and we've never won anything. 39 years, man. Newcastle United. 39 years. I just hope by the time I die at 64.
Not even a cup or something?
No, nothing. Just one thing once. Just one.
Well, one league cup.
But so I can call them up and say, hey, my team from the place I was born won. Yeah. But thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Take care. Don't buy, my one bit of advice to you is never buy cheap waste bags, bin bags. It's a false economy. They always end up splitting, and you always end up having to buy twice as many. So you can take that literally or as an analogy for life. It's up to you.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you.